I'm Jamie Gasparovic. I run Studio Gaspo. We are based in Orlando, Florida.
Indiana, you got the holy grail, shape is like a paradox, got me thinking.
We do full service interiors, so a lot of new construction homes, a lot of large scale remodels, which is what the project we're looking at today is. We serve visionaries and founders who are allergic to the ordinary.
I'll be parking cars dead up in the dirt. See, I got up on first. Drive up melodies on a Thursday, put in 48.
This client was actually a repeat client. We did a previous home for them that was new construction. Very different vibe from this. They moved here for the location. We're on the golf course. They're both actually big golfers and golf fans, so they love this location. They loved the feel of this house, but there were things that didn't quite work for them, so we were brought in to design this large-scale reno for them. We had some walls taken down, we did all new paint, we did a lot of new finishes, we added new elements. We did a lot, and they are super thrilled with how it turned out. When we came in for our initial consult, they said, these are all the things we want to do, and we're keeping the kitchen. And we were like, oh gosh, you know, a cherry kitchen, that sort of strikes fear in designers everywhere. We ended up working with it and actually love how it turned out. I think sometimes creativity comes from constraints, so it's even more fun to have things that you're not quite sure what you would do with and then work around them and make it work, and I think we really did that in this case. So I never would have said I liked the cherry kitchen, but I love this one actually. Originally, this light fixture was super ornate, super old school. We did not love it. So we found this very large scale light that is awesome. It really modernizes things. This little surround as well was painted brown, and the rest of the house was tan or white, but it really contrasted. So one of the first decisions we made in here was cleaning up all of the paint. There's a lot of different levels and weird soffit things happening, but that just makes it seem a lot more cohesive in here. So that was a big change. And then we added all of this Zallige backsplash and this custom range hood as well. They kept the appliances, they kept, you know, the slab in here, all of these things, cabinets stayed, but the addition of the backsplash I think made a really big impact and goes great with the existing slab. We also made the tile guy miter the corner for the finishing edge, which he wanted to kill us for and said he might lose a finger, but I mean, is that not worth losing a finger for? Like, how great does that look? They have their pantry over here, and we added this custom door with reeded glass. We brought in this green color that we used in the dry bar and also the living room built-ins that you'll see. And it just really helped make the whole space a little more cohesive, modernized it a bit. I do have a small but mighty team. I have Joelle, she's my senior designer. She's amazing. I always tell people she's a million times better than I am at literally everything. She's crazy detail oriented. She's so good at all of the technical pieces. She's got a great design eye. We have one of our and the client's favorite spots in the house is this dry bar. He said in the initial meeting, I really want a bar. I've got a lot of liquor, I've got friends I want to entertain, I want to create a bar space here. So originally this wall jogged back and over and was just sort of dead space. So we brought it forward, built out the wall so it looked even with everything else. And then Joelle came up with this awesome detail of building out the bar. So it comes out here and it's like framed around. It got overlooked a bit in the drawings and we had to go back and forth a lot about it, but we felt like it was really important, and it's actually one of the things the client commented on too. He loves this so much, and it's kind of a small detail, but I think it makes a huge impact. So we did darker Zallige around this framing, and we did up to the ceiling there too. And then the backsplash is the same as the kitchen to sort of tie it together, because we were, again, struggling. The kitchen was really existing, and then we're adding this whole new element. So we wanted to make it feel like it all really went together. This is the living room. It's sort of the star of the show of this project. It has this really unique ceiling detail. It actually mimics the ceiling of the clubhouse in this neighborhood. So the guy that built this house wanted to copy that. He put it in his own house. Really cool. They did not want to change it. And obviously this room has a unique shape as well. It is an octagon. So that provided us with some challenges in terms of furniture layout and just what we were gonna do in this space. But again, really cool. I think having constraints and some weirdness like that makes for a better end result because it's different and you had to really think about it and get creative.
A game I didn't want to play. There's no one is winning in the end.
One of the things that we love in this room is the built-in. We did this asymmetrical built-in here to sort of play off of the shape of the room. They wanted their big TV here, but then we took this moment with shelving. It's really sort of random in different sizes and again, playing up that asymmetrical element, and love how this turned out. We've got the deep green cabinet color to tie in with the pantry door and the dry bar, and this really unique cabinet profile also that we came up with. Another thing in here that proved challenging is the floor. Originally it had carpet in an octagon shape with a tile border. We were keeping the main floor everywhere, and there was a wall over there too that came down. So there was a lot of elements at play where we obviously weren't gonna keep the carpet, but we wanted this to have a cohesive flow in from the rest of the house. So we went on this whole journey of finding tile that matched exactly, which was challenging because the original floor is from 20 plus years ago. It's also natural stone, it's travertine, so that comes with different dye lots and looks and that kind of thing. It worked out so well in the end. Every time we walk in here, we're like, oh my gosh, you cannot even tell where the transition is. It worked out so well. So that was like we won the lottery with the floor matching. In the entry, we have all of these different soffits and levels and things going on. So this came into play with selecting paint. We did the base, the walls, and the ceiling all the same paint color, which is something we do pretty often. We really like the look, especially in here. It cleaned everything up and sort of put it on a good baseline versus having all these different colors and levels and things that you're looking at. It was a little chaotic, so that quieted it down a lot. That's one of the things in here. And then we've got this awesome sculptural console in the foyer that we love, that mirrors existing, that the client already had. There's quite a few things in here where they had existing pieces. They had just fully furnished a different home. So we were trying to take anything that potentially worked in their old home that would work in here and bring it over, so they weren't just sort of wasting all that furniture. So that was one of the elements we brought over. We did this really long, I think it's 18 feet, custom runner in here. And then we've got this little moment with the bench, again, sculptural, really cool. Love this bench so much. And this art from Caroline Piney, which is one of my favorite artists. And I was so happy that they were on board to put this in their entryway.
Living every day, gotta love on all my brothers.
So this is the primary bedroom. It's a really awesome space. We've got textured wallpaper on the walls. We've got drapery that really makes the room feel finished. So the big design challenge in here is the client wanted 2 queen beds. So we had to do a lot of space planning and figuring out what we were gonna do to make it look really intentional. We went with this sort of hotel vibe in here. We did a custom upholstered wall back here, which I love, with this little shelf to cap it off, and then did both of the beds in the same upholstery. So it really feels like you're in a luxury hotel. They've got their 2 queen beds, it fits perfectly, and it just feels so good in here. All right, this is the primary bathroom, one of my favorite spaces. I feel like I'm saying that about every space, but I really love it in here. The countertop is my favorite element in the whole entire project. I am so obsessed with it. I can't say it enough. It's a quartzite, which is a natural stone. Really, really love it. These light fixtures that we put up are amazing too. They're RBW, we love them. And these cute little outlets that go in the slab backsplash are amazing. They are so much less obtrusive than those ugly like back plates. The shower, we added the slab around the threshold as well. And then the tile in there is amazing. It's handmade terracotta.
Want to advocate to show love to one another. It's amazing.
All right, this is the downstairs guest bathroom. This was another space that we didn't do a major reno on, but I think it turned out really cool. We added this wallpaper in the entire space, which makes the space. We switched out the faucet, the mirror, and the light, and then added new hardware, this cool antique brass with a back plate. And it made this 90s vanity situation actually work, and love the way it turned out. Upstairs is really just 2 guest rooms that are not used a lot, but they still wanted to make it go with the rest of the house. So we did new carpet in here, this really cute patterned carpet, and then we added bedding, nightstands. We took some of their existing lamps from their old house and mirrors and just sort of filled it in. So this is the other upstairs guest room. Again, put bedding in here. We did benches and mirrors from their other house, and then added new nightstands, which we love. They're burl wood, which is one of my favorite materials ever, and turned out super cute. And then you've got this amazing Bayhill Golf Course view up here too. In Florida, we love indoor-outdoor living, even though it's 1,000,000 degrees. So the floor continues on from inside, and then we painted this area out here the same colors inside as well to help with the flow. We added this pool. Actually, they did not have a pool out here before. You know, we added the pool. The construction guys did the pool. We chose the waterline tile and the finish, and it looks really cute out here. And then we added all this furniture, so they've got space for dining, space for lounging, and our client says he sits out here in this seat every morning and has his coffee, watches the news, and looks at his golf course view, and it's just a really nice way to start his day.
Human with a bunch of flaws, likely.
Orlando is very touristy, and we don't have a ton of history here. No one hurt me for saying that, but honestly, it's like a newer feeling city, and there's a lot of new construction, white box type of homes, and we definitely don't fit into that style. So I think from what I see in Orlando, the designers that are doing super well here have a certain style, and we're definitely not that. But I love our style, and there's always people in every location that have a little bit different taste or different things that they want, and we fit really well with those clients. Thank you guys so much for coming on this tour. I hope you loved it. This is one of my favorite projects that we've ever done. And if you want to connect further, if you have any questions, I'd love to chat. I hang out mostly on Instagram at Studio Gaspo, and my website is studiogaspo.com.